welcome to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong. I'm here with my brothers Corey Armstrong and Damon Armstrong. Luke and Spoke.
Hello,
We
hello.
got a special guest tonight, Miss Sherri McKeither is with us, and we welcome you. And we're looking forward to really getting to know you and to have the audience get to know you. Let's just start off with what our usual. Uh, Corey, how was your day today, bro?
It's all right, man. Yeah, it was all right, man. Did a little work and slept the whole the doggone day. No, I'm just kidding. I worked all day.
Um, Damon, how you doing, brother? How was your day?
I ain't do nothing today, man, but basking my potential.
There you go.
That's about it. You know. She started laughing.
Okay.
Thank
Hey,
you.
look, hey, Sherri, that was one of our father's favorite sayings, and it makes so much sense, man.
It do.
It really
I
does.
like it.
All right, well, Sherri, how was your day today?
My day was so. It was pretty boring, but I got some things done, so it was okay. It was a day.
You know, if everybody know, Sherri resides in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia native,
Hmm.
born and bred. You know what I mean? Um, Sherri, why don't you do this for us and for everybody who's viewing, will view in the future?
Hmm.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm Sheree. I'm 34. I'm a Virgo. I'm from I'm from North Philadelphia, but I live in Albany as of right now. I have a son. He's 15. He goes to Roman. Woo, woo. Um, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now I know you got parents now.
I'm
Let's start them
single,
out.
and I quit a bouquet the other day at my best friend wedding. So
Yeah, that
everybody's
too.
ready to marry me. I'm ready.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, look. We got to get it in there in a second, but I need you to shout everybody out.
Okay.
Parents, mom, pops,
Um,
everybody, your
let me shout.
siblings. Let's go.
Let me shout out my brother Nicholas, my sister Charnel. She's fantastic. My mom Shauna. She's an amazing woman, and my stepdad Bo. Y'all know Bo. That's my stepdad. He got me through y'all.
Okay, okay. Cool.
And my grandmom, who's 93. Let me shout out to Helen
Oh,
for this
yes,
Hey,
Queen. Yo,
foundation.
oh yeah,
that's a
Queen.
that's a blessing.
That's a
Hmm.
blessing.
Yeah.
And still wearing heels in church at 93, yes.
Look, so we know you get it honest then.
Yes, yes.
Okay. How we do this? Say you're from North Philly.
Hmm.
Describe North Philly for people who's not from Philadelphia. I mean, you can mix it up the good and the bad, but from your point of view, what you think about the place?
Uh, North Philly is just an area in Philadelphia. It's supposed to be like a low poverty area, but to me, I mean, wherever area you're in, you make it what it is. Like, so, I mean, it's a lot of killings now. Everything is about like drills. Everybody's going on a drill.
Okay.
So, other than that, I think North Philly is mm, a part of Philadelphia. Let's just say that. That's
Okay.
it.
I mean,
You
because
guys, you guys have a hot contested. Was it? What's my
I'm
man
sorry,
name?
the police is in here looking for somebody as we speak right now. Like, this is crazy.
Oh,
This is
wow.
crazy. I wish I could flip the
okay.
camera. How do you do this?
Look. You just stay out the way. You good. You
Yeah.
good. You good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, can you still talk, or they
Yeah.
got
No,
you?
no, no. They looking around.
Okay, well, all right. Well, look, talk about what you talked about with us yesterday. How you were growing up, and it,
Oh yeah, North Philly. When I grew up in North Philly, I didn't realize that I was actually in North Philly. Well, I knew I was in North Philly, but I didn't know it was supposed to be like a low poverty place because I grew up with a lot of love and that's mine and everything that I wanted. So it wasn't like I didn't know my surroundings until I got older and look back. It's like, wow, this is where you don't want to raise your kids.
No, that's nice and honest because
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah, it is.
Okay, so
It's a big difference
let
it's a big difference between the corner store and your porch.
Right,
Things are
right,
a lot different outside of your house. So you
right.
really don't know when you're a child.
And you don't know because you gotta like if you have a great support system or a great family, you would never know. Y'all
okay.
do.
So what about your friends growing up? Are you still in contact? You still got some close people?
I actually do.
Cool. Yeah, you want to shout them out when you done?
Uh,
Look,
no, I don't. I don't want to shout
okay.
anybody out.
Wow. I don't know how to take that, but we good.
Can
We
I get a
good.
different one? It's fine.
Hey, listen. This is different for us, and I
Mhm.
like this. I'm talking about
Thank you.
and spoke Luke.
Hmm.
This different for See, this the younger generation at work right
Thank you.
now because look, we had our cousin David on, and David was doing the same thing that Cherie is doing.
I'm sorry.
Taking care. No, no,
Oh,
no. This is
she
I'm not
multitasking.
criticizing. Look, you taking care of your business. You're multitasking like Damon just said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to get go to the store before I get started. I had to get me a little something to drink.
Well,
Okay. Go.
here's my thought process. The way you described where you live, I'm like, would you hurry up and get through that store and get back home, man? So I know you say,
It's okay.
you
I've
know,
been
Yeah,
moving through these streets for 34
yeah.
years.
You was
I'm all
like,
right.
because
I'm like,
we
Uh,
too
police,
far away.
police. What the baby doing?
The,
What's that? The police.
the, that's so embarrassing. The
Do they got
police,
their do they got their guns holstered? I
yeah,
mean,
they came in like SWAT, like in the
oh
gas
my
station
god.
looking for someone.
listen, man. Let me tell you something. When we was youngins, we had police in our house. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Look, you say embarrassing. We understand. You know what I'm saying?
Look here,
I,
that's all par for the course, man. Okay, you
Yeah,
know that's normal.
yeah,
yeah, it is
yeah.
normal, but I don't want Philadelphia to look like
No,
worse
look,
than it already looks.
I tell you, I got some of my good friends are from Philadelphia.
Mm.
I'm from Michigan, Detroit area, Detroit, Ypsilanti area. That's where I'm from. And what's so crazy about it is I met a lot of Philadelphia people when I went to University of Pittsburgh to play
Mhm.
basketball there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I met people from Philadelphia, from DC, Baltimore, from New York, you know what I'm saying? So New Jersey. So it was a different kind of vibe. I'm like, damn, why are these people walking around here like they the shit when I know that I'm the shit from where I
Mhm.
came from? You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And all it did was just let me know, just in our community, it makes no difference where you're from. Like Rakim said, is where you at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
It's what it is. It's what it is. Okay. I tell you what, give you something easy so you don't have to. You can just concentrate on eating or driving. Give you something easy. You said something about
Uh huh.
catching a bouquet, and you expecting that man to come running up and talk to us about that. Talk to us about what you want to share. Of being, being 30, excuse me, being 34 years old, right?
Uh huh.
Share about dating and because this is it's interesting. We talked last night just to let the audience know, and you have an interesting view. Why don't you, if you want to, why don't you share that view with us?
Um, dating is really hard. I'm single because I can't find nobody to match my energy, and with that being said, my energy as far as like I don't know. Things I believe in. Like the top, like my top things I believe in to make a relationship work. I don't think nobody believes in it but me. So
Okay.
so so I don't know. It's difficult to actual date in Philadelphia. I feel like all of the guys are like spoiled, or I don't even know what they are. They don't have the old school like man in them. And that's more of like what I'm looking for. I think I'm from a different generation. I really do.
Okay. So let's be fair,
Hmm.
because we talked about it last night. I want you to explain exactly what you mean as far as fitting your top criteria.
Uh,
If you want to do that, or is it locked away in a secret chest?
it's not locked away. Fitting my criteria. Ugh. Being as though I'm so indecisive, it's kind of hard for anybody to really fit it. But um,
Just give us one. You don't have to go into the whole
I
list.
just
Just give
I
us
just
one.
want a man that he if he gets me pregnant, he wants to be a part of his child's life. He's not like he'll rather be his child's father than be my boyfriend. Does that make sense?
Wow.
Like,
Very insightful. I like that.
mm, mm,
I like that. Damage acquired. You have anything to add to that? Ask.
Are you familiar with the with the Asian yin and yang symbol?
yes.
Okay, all right. Let's say you're a yin, right?
Hmm.
Do you have what's your expectation of going out and just automatically meeting your yang? Do you think that person exists, or do you think that you after time spent with that person, you both start to de- develop who you are within that relationship, and that's how you start to mesh. Like that's how you start to twine together.
Yeah, I don't think that that person exists, sadly. Because I feel like if you find the yin to your yang, they're supposed to be
Why is
like,
that?
you know, the opposite, or either like what you exactly need, the opposite to help you be completely full 100% you. So I don't think that person ever exists. It might exist for y'all because y'all married, but for me,
Oh,
no.
hey, look. Being married does not
But you found
automatically.
your yang
Well,
to your yin.
But here's
yeah,
the thing. Here's the thing. My wife is not here,
it
so I
took
can talk a
time.
little
Though.
more shit than my
It
brother.
took time.
So
Hmm.
what I'll do is say this. I
Oh,
love my
I
wife to
talked.
death.
Yeah, she was good talking shit.
I love her to death. But
Hmm.
we, when she decided that she wanted her, because she decided that she wanted her own independence while we were together,
Hmm.
right? When I say independence, independence for thought. You know what I'm saying? And I was willing to give her that.
Hmm.
But when you get, if you don't understand why you want it, you end up butting heads with people. Like I told you yesterday, the key to actually finding the person that you really and truly, that really and truly deserves you, is you discovering who you are and loving who you are. Because
Hmm.
believe it or not, the most narcissistic people don't really like themselves.
Really? That's
That's why
interesting.
they overcome. This is my opinion. That's why they overcompensate with their narcissism. Me, I. You got to broadcast it all the time.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Why do you have to broadcast it if you feel that way? Why do you have to tell me that? See that this is my observation to it. You feel me?
Hmm.
People may disagree, may not agree, whatever. May agree with me or whatever.
You
But the
said
point is,
narcissism.
the point is this. The point is this. My goal is always turning as because I've been with my wife for almost 40 years. We've been married since 95, but 40 years almost, right? And it was ups and downs. But the one constant was that I loved her and I wanted to make it work, right? So I had to discover who I was. This goes both ways. It's not the husband has to discover who he is, right? It's both ways. Each
Right.
person has to know exactly who they are. And I mean that by saying, going back to the narcissistic thing, if you got to broadcast to me, who do you think you are? Don't you know who I am? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? What's the point of saying it? Unless you really don't know who you are or you're not sure. Let me put it like that. You know what I mean? But you're young, and this is the thing I offer you, right? You're a young woman and you're making it, right? You have a great support system. Work on yourself.
Excuse me.
And you may not even have to work that hard. You feel me?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to know what you want, what you really want, deep down in your heart, that empowers you. That's my opinion.
Mm. That's deep.
There's some silence. Is everybody trying to? What is it? Was I deep, or was it? If you disagree with me, guys, just let me know. But make it short and be concise about it. You feel me? Or
You
guess
wasn't
what?
sure.
And guess what? Guess what? You sitting there. I gave you the opportunity to talk.
Hey, I got a lot to say. This is gonna take some time, brother. No, I'm just
No, no,
kidding,
no,
man.
no. Hold on, man. Hold on.
I'm just playing, man.
No, no, no. Listen, what I'm saying to you. Like I reiterated, and to be honest with you, it only took 3 minutes of what I said. But who's counting?
I was just playing, man.
But no, no, no. The thing about it is, what the three of us can offer Cherie is this: we can offer her our opinion about who we are and what we think about our loved ones. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I just did.
Well, just to break the silence, man. I'm gonna tell you like this here. I have an opinion about how it is that I'm going to move in the world. How am I going to move in the world? You said narcissism and all that stuff. Everybody has an element of narcissism in them, man. Everybody does. In order to not feel like you don't belong or that you not supposed to be here, you know what I'm saying? You have to have some confidence in yourself. And when I was hearing from Cherie was that, you know, not to get into your past experiences or whatever, but just to speak on what you said, with the words that you spoke. I haven't found anybody. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I appreciate and I didn't hear is that you didn't check out. You said I'm looking. I just haven't found anybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you would have said, "Man, I'm done with it. I'm good," then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And you depriving yourself from your future and what it is that you're looking for in a man. You know what people, and it's just my opinion, but what people have a tendency to do is, you know what I'm saying, is want somebody to be how they want them to be instead of falling in love with that person who intrigues you, instead of falling in love with that person who got your attention. You know what I'm saying? They might not pass the test. They might not you know, fulfill the criteria, but at the same time, they got your interest, didn't they? In order for you to even, you know, say, well, let me see what this is about. That's with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And in that, there's no hopelessness. That's it's like, damn, it might be the way, if first of all, a brother coming with a line, that's corny shit right there, man. It's corny. But if you see a person and you like the way they move, who they are and how they are, then that's interesting, man. And it's worth trying. You know what I'm saying? Even if as soon as he opened his mouth, you like, oh hell no. You know? How many times have you was dealing with a brother? Not to get personal, but how many times you been dealing with a brother and you was feeling him, and then as soon as you started talking, you was like, oh hell no.
Mm.
And you looking for an escape. You feel me?
Yeah. Often it happens. I'm more attracted to brains anyway, so.
I figured that. I figured that being comfortable in that Ivy League school you work at, you know,
Hmm.
sounds like you're comfortable within yourself, and I appreciate the fact that you not settling.
Not at all.
I mean, that's rare.
Jaquar, you have something to say before we move on to the next question?
Just a quick question. Have you ever heard how people say you need to teach people how to treat you?
Yes.
Okay, that applies to relationships, personal relationships, also. More so, I think. I mean, like I spoke of earlier with the yin and yang, with my yin and yang theory. I mean, you got to be with a person, and you have to train each other.
Mm.
As as uh, as vulgar as that might sound, you really have to train each other how to treat each other, within that relationship.
Hmm.
Now, if you go into a situation and have these expectations for a person to be complete, and that person is complete, then you need to have some second thoughts about it, because more than likely they're either with somebody, and they know how to move within a relationship, or they have a little bit more experience than you do. I mean, but as far as something new, I think you got to go into new situations, with a clean slate. You got to go into new situations with a clean slate. I mean, you got to police your expectations of a person. You know, if somebody's got it all from the front door, you know how how much more work do you really have to put in, and vice versa. You know, if you both just expecting to feel good around this person first, and then next, we might talk about finances. Next, we might talk about kids. Next, we might talk about establishing a home or whatever. People never address those stages. We always, from the gate, from when we start messing around to when we get air quotes serious or whatever, we expect everything to just fall in line. It doesn't. Shit takes work. It takes work from the
But
gate.
do you
When
also
you and
believe?
when you and
Oh, oh, hold on. Let her ask the question.
Do y'all also believe, as humans, we hold people to a higher standard than what they really are, though?
Yeah,
I
you'd
mean,
be remiss if you didn't. I mean, why you want to be with some clown who ain't meeting your expectation, but have expectations of you? Come on now.
and, and,
You know
and,
what I'm saying? I raised two daughters, and I just gave it to them real. If you pick it up the tab, come on now.
so, so with going along with what Damon's saying, you said a higher expectation,
Yeah,
not
then
high expectation.
you know
I
how, like,
sense you did that on purpose.
yeah, because you have like a best friend, and like I'll hold my best friend to these high expectations, but knowing that this this best friend is not meeting these high expectations, but this is what you expect for yourself, and the type of love you want from your best friend or your lover, you'll hold your lover to this high expectation, and they don't deliver anything that you holding them to. Is that wrong to hold people to a higher expectation than what they I don't really
I mean,
understand.
me personally, it's not wrong, but it's a two-way street. You have to
That
understand the
statement would lead
repercussions
you to
that
believe.
come back from having that expectation. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if you put it in, when you have that expectation, disappointment comes along with that when they don't
Mhm.
meet it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So how well are you able to deal with the disappointment?
Mm.
So that
Mm.
this and it goes back to what you're saying.
Shit.
Mm.
What is it about yourself? You, what you want. Because
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, me, and this is our pecking order. You're the oldest, so you'll understand what I'm saying about this.
Mhm.
When me and my brothers, I had my parents put responsibilities on me, so I had to sacrifice
Right.
for my brothers.
Mhm.
But it was a willing sacrifice. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So if you're built like that, then you'll be willing to take chances out here, but also putting up barriers so they don't touch the real stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because look,
So,
it's no perfect relationship. I don't know why people fool us as human beings, fool ourselves to think that it's a perfect relationship between a man and a woman, girlfriend and boyfriend, man and wife, friends. It's not perfect.
Right.
But the one relationship that we deal with, that we will give room to grow and just to work off of, it's friendship.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
what it is. You know. Um. Let me add, since
so you
we're kind of
guys,
on
so
this.
you guys,
Go ahead.
whoa, you guys, from your statements, would I'm kind of led to believe that at some point, in some period, in all three of you guys' lives, you come into relationships, and you maintain equal partnerships in those relationships with people. Is that what you want me to believe?
So, what do you mean by equal
Y'all
partnership?
understand it?
Go ahead, Sheree.
I don't think.
Equal partnership at all times for the
I
duration
don't
of the
think any.
for the duration of the relationship. Everything has been equal.
No, I don't think that's realistic to think everything is going to be equal. Only
Okay,
because
now.
you're raised differently. Like what I believe
Okay.
in and what I was taught believing in and grew up on, and the things like for me, I'm gonna speak for me. I was shown empathy from my grandmother. I show empathy with every human I come in contact with. They do not show that to me in return. Okay, so it's just about who you are. Like, so I don't think it's
Yeah.
ever going to be fully equal because I know this, that, and the third because I grew up this, that, and the third way. You know this, that, and the third because you grew up this, that, and the third way. So it's like never going to be equal because everybody's different and believe
Do
in
Okay.
different stuff.
That being that being said, why is it so hard for people in the dating world to accept the ebbs and flows of relationships?
Um, I don't think it's hard. I just think people already have
Why
an
is it always
idea. Go ahead.
You got a lag, Jaquar.
they have
A
ideas
little
from
bit.
relationships? If it's too all right,
the one thing I learned, man, in dealing with relationships, no matter what the situation is, the one thing I learned is it's real hard trying to guess what another person is going to do or what another person is going to be. That's difficult. You know what I'm saying? You're not clairvoyant. You can't read a person's mind. You know.
Mm.
But what you can do is be your best self. Sometimes people ain't gonna accept your best self. They're not. You know what I'm saying? For whatever, be it ego, be it bullshit, whatever the deal is, everybody ain't gonna accept everybody. But what people are gonna respect is that you being yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
and you can walk away from that situation not losing anything. You know what I'm saying? Not losing anything because you didn't compromise anything that you are. If you're a good person and the person you're dealing with is not, that's not your issue, that's theirs. You know what I'm saying? That's their issue. You know, the one thing people seem to forget, man, is that the people that know you the most, the people that love you and know you the most, are the most critical of you and shit.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, they're the most critical because they know you because
Mhm.
you gave, you know, so you allows yourself to be exposed. And when somebody goes against that, that is the most hurtful and wounding thing that you can ever experience in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And that right there makes you see the world possibly different from who you are internally. You know, it makes you see it different. And that's when there's an opportunity where you might miss out on it because you have this anger, you have this thing inside of you say, you know what, I'll never be made to feel that way again. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
will say that and you will stand on that. You know, and the only thing that you have to recognize to avoid that situation is that you know what that person, man, that I was dealing with is not don't have their shit together, and they don't understand how to have empathy, and they don't understand that it's wrong to hurt the person that you love. They don't get it yet. I hope one day they do understand and get it. But in the meantime, I'm moving on with mine, still intact, still intact. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I know I'm a good person because I treated this person well and they shit on it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I wasn't diminished at all. You just don't know how to deal with a person like me. And that has absolutely nothing to do with arrogance. That has everything to do with they just don't get it yet.
Okay, now understand you 57 and Sheree is 34. What you see right now is your years of experience. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about me or my experience. I'm just addressing something.
Now you're addressing it from your point of view, though.
My point of view is this: the way if you're talking about experience, the way I am now, I'm guided by my humility. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I am well capable of putting hurt out in the world based on my ego or my insecurity. I'm well aware of that. So that going into any relationship, I have to have that awareness about myself. I have to have that awareness about myself. And moving forward, if I cause the person that I had an interaction with harm, if I'm really truly dealing with my own personal self, my arrogance, my insecurities, my ego, at some point in time, if that person was good to me, I would go back to that person and say, you know what? I don't have a leg to stand on, but I was real shitty in that situation. And I apologize. Whether they accept it or not, that's on them. But that gives people, all parties involved, that gives them an opportunity for everybody to grow from it.
Mhm.
Because when you say that you sorry to somebody that you did some shit to, they don't have, you know what I'm saying, they don't have to accept your apology. But at the end of the day, in their hurt, their pain, and their experience, they can say, well, damn, at least that person recognized they was jacked up towards me.
Right.
Okay. All right. And
You
now
know what I'm
look,
saying?
let me do this.
And that's growth.
What I want to do is come back to you, Sheree, and let me do some house cleaning before we do anything. All right. Look, this is the Strong Perspective Podcast. And our goal, as always, is to interview everyday people, the young, the old, the good natured, the bitter, the loving. We want everybody to come on. Okay? So
Mhm.
do us a favor, go to our YouTube channel, go like, share, and subscribe our channel because I guarantee you, if you look at the episodes and you share it with people that you feel is going to get a real enlightenment when it comes to communicating with each other, you'll find it on our channel. Okay. Now, I want to thank you again for coming on, Sherri. So let's just get into some other things.
Okay.
We'll change it up a little bit because see the point when I brought it up with Damon as far as his point of view
Mhm.
is we old heads up here. Even though we the three of us have done a lot when
I
it
ain't
came to
I
relationship.
ain't old.
When it comes to relationship, I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
So when we speak at the finishing product.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your age, I was starting to understand who I was because that was my journey.
Mhm.
You feel me? So understand what we're giving you is giving you a different perspective of things. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, can I say something, Key?
go ahead,
When
man.
it comes to my daughter, my oldest daughter is 28. When it comes to my kids, man, I'm learning. They the things that they experiencing, man, with the social media thing and all that stuff, man, we didn't have to go through that, man. So there has to
Right.
be that connection and that bond there to understand that at any moment in time, you being yourself, somebody might try to exploit that shit. We ain't had to go through that.
I got you, dog. Hold on. Let me, because we want Sheree to talk.
I know, but I just wanted to throw that in.
I got you, man. Thank you very much, sir.
I got plenty more, man.
Plenty more. Plenty more. Um, Auntie, Aunt Jeannie, how you doing? Love you, baby. Auntie says, good evening. Getting old is truly a blessing.
Mhm.
That's real. That's amen.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
amen. So, Sheree,
Yes.
it's obvious from meeting you yesterday, talking to you, me and my brother talking to you yesterday, and today, you have a lot of, you are one of those people who think all the time. I think it's because you're the oldest. So you always gotta run different scenarios in your head.
Mhm.
So my question is this: if you can construct your life right now at 34, what you will be doing, who you're with, the whole nine, give us an idea of what you would do. If you put thought to it, if you had not, don't force it. But if you put thought to this thing of what you want, that's the question.
Deciding what I want is so hard because I'm so indecisive. Uh, but at 34, I just want like true, genuine, like real love. That's it.
Okay, so what's love though, Sheree, to you?
Uh, no, as prideful as I am. Oh God, I cannot say love is not prideful because I'm like extremely. I have more pride. Any man I've ever dealt with told me I got more pride than any man they ever met. So, so
Which is a plus, but go ahead. I don't know what the fuck they talking about, but go ahead.
you think that's a plus?
It is a plus. What are you talking about? If
The
your
fact that you
pride,
have pride.
if your pride don't get in the way of your happiness, then it's a plus. That's
So
all.
Okay.
are you struggling with pride and humility?
No, I think my pride's a little too big for a little woman, but
Okay, well, tell us what you feel your pride is. Exactly what it is that you think might be negative.
I'm too proud to ask for help, like at all. Like I would be drowning in the water and won't even reach for help. So like, is that good? Like, is
Oh,
that good?
you telling me you would be swallowing water and sinking, and would be too proud to ask for somebody to stick their hand out to grab it.
Yes. That is me. That's the definition of my
So why
pride.
why is that? That's interesting. Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like when you vulnerable to people and you ask them for help, or you just
Mm.
vulnerable in itself, people throw it back in your face. Like they don't genuinely want to help you. Or say if I'm drowning, they'll bring it up. And when we argue, like, oh, remember that time? Yeah, I helped you. You had to. I saved you from dying. Now you owe me. Like, no, I don't just. I'm not
Oh,
just.
hold on.
I'm
Hold
just cool.
on. So I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Hmm.
And I looked at both my brothers' faces, but they was kind of surprised by when you said that somebody saved your life. That,
Hmm.
you used that example. Somebody saved your life, and you would be upset at them because they said they told you they saved your life.
They wouldn't say like I wouldn't be upset if they'd be like I saved your life. It would be like, but
Okay.
remember that time I saved your life? You owe me. Like no.
Oh, so really, it's not the pride. You just don't want to owe anybody. Is that fair?
Yeah, I guess you could say that because I don't
Can
have
I
any
say something?
credit cards or anything like that. So I don't like to owe anybody.
For you
Go
to
ahead,
have,
Jaquar. Go ahead.
if I can make this statement, please don't take offense, Sharice. But what you
Okay.
just said is like the foundation of every woman's argument that I've ever argued with,
Okay.
because women do that. Women use the things they do for you against you. Don't take.
Hold on, hold on. I missed that.
Everybody do, man.
Yeah, women do that, but men
Yeah,
do too. I feel like all everyone does it.
Petty people do.
So you don't like to owe them
tit
anything.
for tat,
So hold on, hold on,
Look,
hold on. I'll put some on the screen.
tit for tat.
Let Cherie address it if she wants to.
Uh, mm, mm, I don't want to owe anyone anything. Let's be clear. I don't want to owe
Okay.
anybody anything. I just owe my mama for my life and my grandma for the foundation. But that's it. I don't want to owe anybody anything.
All right, I'm gonna go down the line because
Pride does go before failure. That's why I say pride
But
is
that's
mine. It's a sin
oh,
too.
there it is. All right. White Scott helped you out a little bit in your
Mhm.
explanation. See, it makes more sense now to me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I
Mhm.
understand where you're coming from. I understood, but I wanted you to let everybody else know where you were coming from.
well,
Yeah.
she's jostling back and forth, man, and trying to
Of
find an
course,
answer.
of course, she's fine. So that's cool though.
I don't really
That's
feel like
cool.
I'm juggling back and forth. I know I'm a very prideful person. Uh, and I don't like it. I wish I could do something about it, but I can't.
No, but see, that's the thing about it. If it's you, yes, take some of it off. Take some of it off so it don't harm you and yours, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you use the pride to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you
Mhm.
cover that's my opinion. But hold on, Cherie, I'm sorry. But
It's okay.
Jaquari said what he said, and he got two people's like, yo, what the look, your sister in law said what?
I do,
What did he say?
Hey
I
Jaquari,
do that
repeat what you
sometimes.
said
You
so
know what the
we can
funny
hear you.
part is? Yeah, I don't even remember. I
See, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
can't. I don't remember.
Hey, look,
What
look. Where we come from, everybody, if I knew Jaquari was inebriated, I would say that's that drunk shit right now.
I'm not.
No, what you just said before
I'm not.
Cherie said
Sorry.
something.
I ain't. I'm. I acknowledge the time frame, but as far as that, brother, I mean, can you refresh my memory? I mean, what should I say?
All right, guys. Jaquari can't remember exactly what he said. You know, I was talking to Cherie at the time, but I guess you might have said something. Okay, now I got it.
Can they
Somebody
type it in the
sent me a
comments?
message for you, Cherie.
Yeah, what they say.
Big Bill said to tell you that he loved you.
I love him.
You know, and he speaks. You know, if anybody don't know, Bill Burnett, that's our guy. This is his daughter right here, and he speaks highly uh, about this young lady. No, oh, you and your siblings. So that's a beautiful thing. He's one of my oldest friends, so I've heard about you guys a lot. All
Mhm.
right, Spoke, and we're gonna get back to you, Cherie, but these young
Oh
ladies,
yeah,
I'm
oh
going to
yeah,
put it on the screen so just to help you out, Jaquan. This is
yeah. I see
sister-in-law right here.
it. Yeah.
Please
Say
and,
speak.
say more about his business. I think that,
look, and
that's
this
the
is what he
thing.
got right here.
She said that woman threw stuff up and people.
There, it's
You
not.
didn't? Did you say
It's
that?
Yeah, he did. He did.
yeah, it did. Yeah, because I had real conversations with people. I talk with people on a deeper level. Yeah, but it's
Men
not just women.
don't.
I said I use women as an example because I have to be
Mhm.
yeah, shit table. I'm speaking more to human nature.
Gotcha.
So if anybody paid attention to anything that I said from the beginning, this thing takes work.
It
It
does.
takes work before you even get to it. It takes work from the door. It
Mhm.
doesn't. I mean, there's if you're ever at a point in an interpersonal relationship where you're coasting, something is wrong. Something is wrong. A relationship that's based on love is never comfortable. It's never
Mm.
comfortable.
Mm.
I,
It's
I,
not.
I, I feel that
So what should it be
because
based on?
love is always work, though. This is what he's saying.
Okay.
If you think
Yeah.
because you fall in love with somebody that's the end, that part of it is the end. No, you got to continue to, to love them and find ways to love them every day and vice versa. That's just how it is because that's human nature. You know what I mean?
Three
But
hundred
let's get
pounds.
back to you. Let's get
If
back
you
to you though.
pounds and you lose 150 pounds from hard work, and then you stop working hard, you're gonna grow back up to 300 pounds.
Right.
No doubt.
It's a
All right,
simple
Mhm.
Sheree.
analogy, but I think it speaks truth.
But
Mhm.
but
Sheree.
but here's the thing before you
Oh, hold on,
move
hold
on.
on, hold on, man. Let her finish her question, bro. Because we had brainstorm. So go ahead and finish. You said now this is a construction for you for your happiness, as far as relationships and everything. What would you do, and what would you put in place? What would you want to put in place?
For a happy relationship.
Yeah, I mean, because you remember we started off. I asked you, what did you want? If you could have it right now, what would it be?
I would.
That's why we got stuck on pride. Go ahead.
Number one would be communication. I need somebody that can talk to me because if I sit and think about it, I'm gonna think the absolute worst. So, so communication, I guess, and honesty would be my top two. I guess.
Okay.
But in communication, they might tell you something. And there might be a trigger word in there to put you in the place that you at right now, where you being judgmental.
Hmm.
I'm saying you described yourself. First, we were speaking in generalities, but what draw attention towards you, you said, "Yeah, well, I do have pride." You know what I'm saying, I think you see, you going off labels. Pride is not derogatory. You know what I'm saying, but you can interpret it however you want to. But when you describe yourself, well, I got pride. No, what you have is that understanding of yourself through your personal experiences. That's wisdom.
It is.
You don't back off from that, and you don't label it as pride. That's just what it is, based on your own personal experiences,
Hmm.
nobody else's.
Just don't
Hmm.
use it as a weapon.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you describe yourself in that manner, then that leaves room or leaves things open to people say, well, pride comes the fall.
Hmm.
And I don't think that's what you're saying. What I think what you're saying is, man, without saying, with being guarded and not saying your personal stuff, you basically saying, in my experience, man, the dudes I dealt with, man, was this way and that way, and the result was to make me who I am. now. And
Mhm.
who I am now, I can't find anything. That's somebody based on their ignorance or their lack of knowledge or their immaturity. That's dictating your life. And then you're placing labels on you, on yourself, that's preventing you from moving forward. Never say I'm too prideful to get what I feel like I deserve.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's
hold on,
real.
hold
You
on
know what I'm
for a
saying?
second.
Never put yourself in the box in that box because that comes off as arrogance and
Look, go ahead and finish. We want to get back to her because she needs to hear her own answer. This is what I want y'all to understand.
go ahead,
This is
bro.
why I'm
Go ahead.
asking her.
Go ahead. My
I
bad.
need
Go ahead.
you,
Y'all go ahead and
Sweetie, I
finish.
need you to say it out loud. Fluky made a great, fantastic point.
Yeah,
But the thing about it is, he gave you a little bit of help just now.
he did.
But the thing about you have to hear yourself.
Mhm.
You have to hear yourself talk about what you want. You understand? This is why I'm staying on this, and the thing about it, and I'm cutting my brothers off not because they're wrong. We want you to come to your conclusion.
But
Mhm.
but that's what we do regularly.
Say what now? I hear you.
You're not cutting your brothers off because they're wrong, but that's what we do regularly.
I don't understand your point, sir. But
I
anyway,
know you
but
don't.
okay, continue
Yes,
on, Sheree.
yes, you fucking do. Don't teach that shit.
Go ahead, Sheree. Just as best you can, because y'all don't want to like push you. You know what I'm saying? But talk about it. You know what I mean?
So I said communication. I said honesty. All right. So I don't know what I would want next. Mm, don't use it our weapon or hide behind it and miss your opportunity in the future. That's my problem. Thank you, Terry. That's my problem. I might miss opportunity because I'm that
It,
prideful.
But
is it
that is.
is it a
Well, go
fair
ahead, Jaquan.
question for me to ask you what's your longest relationship span?
Uh, like together, uh, maybe like 4 years, 5 years.
That's a long time.
4 years.
But I've also been dealing with the same guys for like 13 years.
Okay.
That
So
was a
that
long.
4 years was meaningful, is what you're saying.
Mm, no. Was it meaningful? Because I don't feel like I dealt with someone for 4 years. I
How could
still
you
don't
have done
have
something?
nothing from the relationship, meaning not no love, no ring, nothing. I just dealt with that person for so long.
Hold on. So you equated with uh, not getting a commitment.
Uh, yeah. I guess I took away lessons, but that's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's meaningful.
But you went after it because you wanted it though, right?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I'm asking these questions. We're asking these
My
questions for
follow
a
up
reason because. But go ahead, Jaquan.
my follow
Jaquan,
up
go ahead.
question is, all right, but then I am. I'm sorry, I'm still lagging.
Just a little bit, but go ahead. We with you.
My, all right, my follow up question is, okay, within those 4 years, honestly, how effort did you pursue in creating a relationship, or was y'all just killing time and having fun together? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, it is. In those 4 years, I'm gonna say, mm, I'm gonna say we did pursue trying to have a healthy, positive relationship. We also dealt with each other for 6 years after that. So
So how old were you?
I was maybe like 23, 22.
Still young and beautiful.
21. Yeah, I met him at 21. So,
Okay.
yeah.
The one thing I want to say, the reason why I made the statements that I made
Hmm.
is that the reason why I made the statements that I made is that you can't go in any relationship. I don't care if it's it could be a whatever relationship. If you're not comfortable with who you are and what you're trying to display to the world, there's going to be pushback and there's going to be conflict.
Hmm.
That's why you have to have the understanding of how you decide to move forward. You don't place labels on yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you do that, then you're giving somebody the opportunity to challenge you. Whereas
Mm.
when you're trying to be yourself, there's no challenge there. You either on to accept me or you're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in accepting me, it don't work out. You know what I'm saying? It don't work out. I can always go away from the situation now with the understanding that I was truly being myself. With
Hmm.
the now you ain't gonna be in no relationship with nobody for no 4 years and you're not trying to make no changes yourself to adjust to that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if
Right.
those but if you making those adjustments and that person is not making the adjustments, it's like damn, what am I doing?
Hmm.
I'm making a way to be together with this person.
Hmm.
But they're not making a way to be together with me because they're not making any changes or coming to any compromise. You're
Hmm.
not doing it. So what it was that amicable and shit? You can leave that situation with that without losing yourself or who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because what is the most important thing, man, in terms of us as human beings, through our own personal experiences and trying to be better human beings? We're not trying to be looked down on or to make it feel whatever or have our integrity or who we are called into question because you don't want to change or you have expectations that's not reasonable. You know what I'm saying? And that's
It's
when
hard.
in relationships, that's the key. If we're gonna decide to be together, we're gonna be together based on who we are and what we're trying to be. Not you dictating to me what it is that you expect and expect me to do that for you and I'm not and it's not being reciprocated.
Hmm.
Really? Who does that? Who does that? And if you are not mature enough to recognize that fact, then I have to let you go without any animosity. Because you
Right.
ain't changed me.
Hmm.
You just didn't meet my expectation. And I don't think you're a bad person. You're just not there yet. Well, I
Right.
need you to be in my life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it
Hmm.
is.
This is hard for me to hear, you guys. It really is.
Yo,
Cause
hey, Fluke, do me a
all
favor,
right,
man. No, hold on for 1 second, boy. Because I was on mute. I was trying to get his attention. Do me a favor. Tell Cherie how you came to that conclusion because you was not born with that conclusion, bro. You went
That's a
through
great question.
relationships. Tell
That's a great
her,
question.
and look, let's get it clear and concise and short so we can get back to Cherie.
In other words, man, just say your piece, man, and don't be take a long time with it. I get it. This is how I came to that conclusion. And Keith was right at the earlier when he said, I'm a 57, soon to be a 57-year-old man.
Hmm.
You understand? But when I look back in my life in retrospect, there is no way I cannot admit to myself that I didn't cause pain in somebody's life somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I see him on the street and he be like, "Hey man, I ain't got no rap for you, man. I did something. I did something." And I
Hmm.
have to be honest about that. So
Hmm.
to answer Keith's question, how I look at life, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through their maturation process. Everybody has their own trials and tribulations. If you choose to not recognize it and not grow from it, then shame on you. You're going to continue to cause pain in people's life. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship with a female and she know that you hate your job, and when you get off your job at midnight and you angry with the world, and food is laid out and your bath water is ran, there's, you know what I'm saying, dude, don't go to that place where you bringing the world into the house that you at. Look at what's happening.
Okay.
When that woman cooked that meal and run that bath water from you, she know what you've been through in the world. She don't owe you that. She just recognizing that's what you need to
Okay.
have peace and harmony.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? To
All
have
right.
peace and harmony.
Great answer, Fluke. Jaquari, go ahead and say
Labels,
what you.
labels. Never label yourself, man. If it doesn't coincide with who you feel in your heart, never put that label on yourself, because that's ammunition for somebody to come at you on some bullshit.
All
Okay.
right. Hey, Jaquari, you were about to say something, man. What were you about to say?
This how hard this conversation is for me to endure, man, because all I'm hearing, man, and all I'm reading in the comments is about how you need to go in and everything and be this dynamic, strong person, and the other person coming into the relationship be damned, because as long as you're coming from a place of strength or whatever, that's the only thing that matters in this whole game of love that we play. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Mm.
If you've ever been in a long term relationship, no, 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 no. If you've ever been in a long term relationship
Mhm.
and you didn't come into that relationship formless, then you did it wrong.
Mm.
You did it wrong. When we come
Okay.
together,
I
there's
get,
supposed to
I
be a
get that.
union. Is there
I
not?
get that. I get
Is there
that.
not supposed to be a
Mm.
union?
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be a
but
union.
here's the
Mhm.
thing. Here's the
Within
thing.
that union,
I think you kind of
I'm
misunderstood.
not,
It
I'm not
wasn't
finished.
like,
I'm not finished.
all right,
I'm
finish, man, because I told you we need to get back to Sharif.
okay. Okay. All right. Well, let me finish then, bro. Okay. Within that union, if you fail to make adjustment, it won't last. No matter how much how deep dug into your own foundation you are as a person. I get it. I love myself too, but I
Right.
understand that partnerships mean just that.
Mhm.
Whatever I fail in, my wife is strong in. If you build a house and you put it on stilts and only one of the stilts is strong, that house is going to crumble every time.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
Every time it's going to struggle. I mean, it's we invite we're invite we're inviting struggle from the door, man, from the door. There's no humanity in that. There's no maturation in that, man. There's no humbleness in that. This is we start we think we want to start these relationships out from a contentious point of view. That's masturbation.
Mhm.
My God. Listen, Sharif,
Yes.
I understand your point, Jaquan, but it's not a contentious, combative conversations because they're not
I
against
don't
each
know.
other. They just give you one side. That's it. They wasn't talking. They wasn't speaking against what you were saying. So, Sharif,
Uh,
my question
no, I
is
just
you
wanted to
is
make a
this.
point. That's all.
And I get it, and it was a good point. Um, Sharif, here's the thing. We're trying. We are definitely giving our opinion, but I
Mhm.
want you to hear yourself more than take in consideration what we're saying. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? We got these years. We got these years between the three of us, right? So take in
Right.
consideration what we're saying to you, and basically
Uh
the
huh.
whole point in what we're saying is this: you make the definition for you, and it is not a cookie cutter perfect situation for you. So You're trying to discover what you want, but my brothers are trying to get you not to give up on you. You feel me?
Mhm.
They're trying to get you because you're speaking in definites in what I see. This is why I keep trying to get you. Hey, describe what you want. This is your platform. Look, the
Mhm.
ears of the eligible bachelors are out there. Even though they're not listening to this, it's reaching them. Your energy,
Right.
the energy that you want. What exactly? And nobody's trying to box you into an answer. What I'm saying to you is this is free thought. You know, this is free
Mhm.
thought. Because I told you it's a pecking order between the three of us. I deal with
Mhm.
relationships in one way. Damon deal with relationships in another, and Jaquari deal with relationships in another. It's what it is. So you got three different opinions. So I don't want you to think, you know, we are critiquing you. We're just
Yeah.
offering you advice. That's it. So next question to you is, I got two left, but the next question is this: is to change it up a little bit. You sit up here and listen to these old heads right now, right?
Uh huh.
You listen to us.
I
So
ain't old, man.
okay, age challenge. How about that? Um,
Mhm.
and if you want to speak on, you have our ear right now. You have our audience's ear right now, right?
Okay.
And if it's something that you want to communicate to us, that you want us to understand about you and your generation, what would it be? You understand my question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, only thing I would want y'all to understand about my generation is that we are all not the same. Um, some of us come from another generation, like me.
Hmm.
I feel like I do. Wait, artists to make you happy. Yeah, I feel like I come from a different generation. Some of us has different qualities that's instilled in us that makes us like different than a stereotypical generation of people that grew up with us.
Okay.
I don't
Is
know.
it any, do you think it's a generation gap between us?
Between us,
Our generations, yes.
Obviously.
yes, of course. Of course, it's a
So hold
generation
on, hold
gap.
on. You do understand my question because Damon don't. He don't. So I'm talking about communication wise. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah. My generation
So,
grew up more with technology more than yours did. Back
so you think
yours
that's
was
the
more.
difference?
I think that's a humongous difference. It makes us my everyone with technology is more. Uh, they're not people. They're not more friendly or perceptive to people
Mm,
as your generation
okay.
would be. Do that make sense? Like I don't
Good
know.
observation. Good observation. Go ahead.
Mm,
Um,
um,
do you think that's
'cause,
repairable?
I think it's a little far going now. But I think it's a little bit too far going now. But I think it can be repairable. But in 2022 generation, no repairing it. No repairing that. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, let's branch off on that. What do you think about your generation right now? And you don't have to be, you don't have to, if you have a negative sense, you don't have to relay that. But what is your opinion about it?
Uh, I feel like, oh God, the truth. Um, they are our futures, so I'm a little nervous about my future to see what's in store, how our doctors and our lawyers will behave in the future. Um, But other than that, I feel like no. I feel like each generation is different and it fits each generation. Um, that's all I feel about the new generation.
Okay.
My list will change. What list, Terry?
Well,
I
the
feel like
one
I'm
that you were describing, what you,
uh,
if you had the opportunity.
like communication and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I would change that though.
No, no,
Communication and
change.
honesty is
Don't ever change communication. No,
yeah.
no.
I don't feel like that's ever gonna change for me.
Um,
Now, when you say communication, you do realize that there's a way that you communicate as a female, and there's a way that males communicate, right?
Correct. I do realize that. Yes.
So, have you ever dealt with a man who just wanted to have a little solitude for a while and not communicate, even if there
Yeah.
was a subject that you wanted to, you know, take care of?
Yes, definitely. I have dealt with a man like that. That's how I know communication is key. But
Okay.
um, yeah.
When when it was established to you that, okay, yeah, I just don't want to talk about this no more right now. Did you
Mhm.
respect that, or did you push?
Uh, I respect it at that moment, but if it's still sitting on my spirit and I can't let it go, I have no choice but to speak on it.
Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that
um,
because that's always been like something that, no matter what the relationship was at what time period in my life,
Hmm.
I'm a person who I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy, being in a room, if not the house, by myself for a little while. I'm gonna give you
Hmm.
your time. And I
Hmm.
don't want to make that sound like it's a chore, but
Hmm.
that time alone that I spend, it helps me get my mind right, and to be the person who meets her expectations. Because I deal
Right.
with the world, in a specific, manner. And when I come home, I got to drop that guard. I can't do it automatic. It
Hmm.
takes me a minute. My wife, when I'm in my office, the bathroom downstairs in my office, after work, it frustrates her. It really,
Hmm.
really frustrates her. But I need that time, to decompress from what I've been dealing with all day, slamming doors and breaking up fights, and all that stuff. That environment, I gotta let the environment go before I go and interact with my wife. Now, it took years for me to understand that about myself, and within those years, we bump heads constantly, to the point where,
Right.
I said, it's something I got to do in order to change this. So that's the step that I took. And no matter how she feels about it, no matter how much she might complain about it, that's a ritual that I have. I got to do that. I got to have some space from everybody, you know,
Hmm.
and that's a part of the work I was talking about, because
I
even
completely
though she hates
understand
it,
that.
she accepts
Yeah, I completely understand that because I need space as well. You know, a lot of people, especially
um,
when the kids are not a good and healthy relationship.
but what do
And
y'all
they
think
receive all
about
the
what
experiences
Keith
that
Barnes
pass
just
over
said?
what feels good. And it's a choice to navigate through the real world issues.
Any comments on it?
it.
Uh,
Experience is a good
Hey,
teacher.
here, here's the thing, man. I think people have a tendency to forget this, man. And I'm speaking to a black man and a black woman's experience, man. When we when we just to address what he said, Keith Barnes said, when you navigating through this world, we all as black people know what the world brings us, man. We know
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? The strongest bond in this world, man, especially in this country, and I'm gonna say it, the strongest bond is between the black man and the black woman. Because when you navigating through the world, you're gonna need somebody who gonna understand where you coming from. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? No matter what trials and tribulations you and that person is going through, that's personal, and that's really ain't nobody's business. But
Mm-hmm.
what they present as a couple to the world is through that navigation is what was key. You know what I'm saying? And as you going through that process, man, and you succeeding, you doing the right thing. You doing the right thing. You doing what it takes. You know what I'm saying? And you have to recognize that within that union that you in. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like Corey said, man, if I need time to myself, I need that. I don't want to argue about having that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to argue about it. I don't want to make it a big thing. And it shouldn't be a big thing. You know what I'm saying? What that is, when you have those little small arguments, what that is allowing the world to infiltrate that union that you're trying to build with the person that you're being with. That's what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
the little nitpick things, man, somehow infiltrates and it affects your life. I don't want to go home, even though I know I got food made and bath water drawn and all that stuff. I'm not going home because she's gonna ask me questions about things I don't want to answer. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think? Don't you think in a relationship you have to respect that? It has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If my boss gave me a hard time, I'm not bringing that shit home to my wife or my woman.
Hey,
And then
Blue,
she pushing the issue. Well, what happened? Look, man, just let it go
Blue.
and be comfortable with that.
Do you see on the screen that Lisa? You see what she wrote? Give your opinion about that, and then we gonna move on to everybody else. You see it?
Mm. I see it.
Anybody have an opinion about that?
Fluky ain't read it because his lips wasn't moving.
Hey, quiet. Let's give him time. Go ahead and respond. Either you or Cherie, go ahead and respond to it if you want to.
I agree with the first statement. I feel this generation doesn't value love anymore. That's true. I agree with that. But everybody's different.
Yeah,
Everybody is different.
because everybody's different because everybody has their own opinion, right? But I'm gonna
Hmm.
ask the three of you. Look, I like that, Lisa. I really do. Whether we
Hmm.
agree with it, it's your opinion and it's a strong opinion. That's what I like about it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm gonna ask the three of you guys, right? What do you, when it comes to our community's relationships, what is your opinion about our community's relationships? And like I said, just I'm gonna start first, so I'm gonna give you guys to think about what I mean and where in what direction I want to take this. When it comes to relationships, right? A man can be the leader of the house, but also work together with his wife or woman or girlfriend. So they both, it's not one or the other. It is a mutual relationship. Being the head of the household, but also a partner in that household. In my
Hmm.
opinion, the relationships, last sentence, in my opinion, the relationships either pick one or the other. And that's when some of them have their rocky roads. Anybody else? Is the question too deep?
Has anybody ever heard of that? No, no. Does anybody? I forget what that. What part of Africa, or and I forget the tribal name, but I think it was National Geographic. They studied this tribe in Africa who've been matriarchal since the inception of the tribe, right? And they're successful, you know, and the reason that they're successful is because you know the men in the village. Oh,
I guess you guys disconnected. Go ahead and finish your point, man.
the reason that they're successful is that the men in the village understand that the women, being the bearer of children, have so much more on their plate, throughout just a regular day, and they don't want to put any more than they need to on the women for the sake of child rearing. It doesn't take away any masculinity or any head of the household status from the man, but their lineage is tracked from the mother's side, not the father's side, because the mother's put in the majority of the work, the lion's share of the work with the kids in the home, because ultimately that is the most important aspect of life, the home.
That's how you got
You
to.
know, I
That's how
mean,
you can grow a nation. Yes.
yeah, I mean,
Man,
we're a society, man, who go out and we work hard for promotions, man. We work hard to gain recognition on jobs and the fellas and on street corners or whatever, but our houses are in disarray. We can't even agree on how to get them back in order. Is the man supposed to be the head of the household? Is the woman, is the woman supposed to take on the lion's share of responsibility of child rearing and then work all day, for somebody else and come home and then put another 8 hours in by herself? Is that fair? Is it realistic? Has it ever worked? It's never worked. It's never worked. So if you're not willing to get your hands dirty everywhere, not just on your job, providing for the family and
Everywhere.
bringing it back home,
Everywhere.
but also getting down in the dirt and playing with the kids and changing diapers and fixing, changing toilets in the house. I changed all the toilets in my house just because I thought it needed it.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for no appreciation. This is my house, and like I said, I'm willing to get my hands dirty to maintain that, not only for me but for us. Because we acquired this property together within the confines of a relationship. Now, whatever baggage we both brought into the situation, when it was time for those decisions to be made, we've managed to put that baggage to the side.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and that's how it works here for us in Virginia.
Yeah, it's basically like it's supposed, in my opinion, like it's supposed to work. Fluke.
here's the thing, man. As far as I'm concerned,
Now you understand
we
the question I asked, right?
we'll ask the question again because I stepped away.
What do you think about relation of black our community's relationship?
I think, man, in terms of you talking about the black community, I think, man, that it's being done a disservice, man, because there are a lot of relationships that are working that's not even spoke about. They only want to talk about the bad shit that's happening in black relationships, man.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And we try to deal with that and try to find a solution on how to navigate and deal with relationships, to deal with situations. My bad, my thing is. We try to find solutions, but here is the thing, man. The one thing that we can't deny, man, in relationships in the black community, all our stuff we might have the same experiences, but we internalize it differently. You know what I'm saying? So when you having a problem with your significant other, and you come to that person, you say, well, this person is doing it this way, or they've set up a movie for you to watch so you can understand them. I don't want to understand you through nobody else. I want to understand you through who you are, and that's what I respect because that's who I'm committing myself to. Outside of that, doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying?
I got
If you're telling me I need you to be like this basketball player or this movie star. I'm like, I could never be that for you. And if that's your expectation, then we ain't gonna be together. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about when I came home and I saw you making macaroni and cheese on the stove with the powder and all that. And I was like, my mama didn't make it like that for me. I don't want that. And then it becomes a big argument. It becomes an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That the nuances of your own personal relationship is the thing that matters most, not what's being projected because it's outside of you, and quite frankly, it's outside of your relationship.
you. Yeah. Okay. Sheree, you had time to think about it.
Man,
Give
Sharita
us,
checked
give,
out on us, man. She was
us
like, man, these old dudes.
look, give us a youthful point of view of black relationships in our community. Black relationships in our community. Relationships in our community. And then once you're done with that, Sheree, what I want you to do, last question of the day for you, young lady, is this: describe who you are.
Oh, that's better.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't think
I can
so.
hear y'all better now. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear
Let
you.
me. So, did you hear the questions? Do I need to repeat them to you?
Can you repeat it, please?
Okay. First question is short. A short description on how you view relationships in our community from your age group, right? And the second one is describe Sheree McKeither.
All right. How I view relationships in my community. I mean, from my age. Well, of course, my best friend just got married, so I view them pretty good from a good perspective. I mean, she found a man with no kids, with no kids, um, that married her within 3 years. So I've always been a hopeless romantic as well. So I still look at love in a bright light, like, oh, it's real, it exists. You could find this person, and I'll find the yin to my yang, or hmm,
Okay.
I just view it. I view it from a good standpoint still, even though it is like it's not, it's a really, really rough dating game in Philadelphia, but I still view
Gotcha.
it with an open heart, open mind.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, last question of the night is, we all got to know, from your different answers, we got to know something about you. Now, tell yourself about what you think about you. What do you think about?
Um, I think Cherie is blessed and highly favored. Thank you, God. Um, I think I'm a typically happy person. I think I'm a little over analytical of myself. I'm hard on myself. But I think I'm overall good, sturdy person. I think I'll relate more to the male species, even though I'm a feminist, if that makes sense. Uh,
Okay.
that's what I think about me. I think I'm.
Okay, now let's branch off just a little bit because through your
Okay.
conversations with us today, having
Hmm.
a loving relationship is important to you. So
Yes.
if you were to write a resume, a short resume
Hmm.
on for that person out there in that world, what would be three things that you would put on that resume to attract? And I'm saying that just to finish the damn analogy, to attract your employer, but I don't mean it that way. But just for you to understand what I mean.
She says she's a feminist, man. She has strong views about how she feels.
Okay, well she can answer the question then.
Uh, if I was to put something on a resume for people to attract to me,
Yeah, I mean, what are your qualities? You know what I mean? Listen. That's I want you to hear yourself speak on it.
my qualities, oh, that's deep. I would say I'm compassionate. I'm honest, no matter if it hurts. Uh, what else? I'm fun. I would say I'm pretty much everyone's go-to if they having a bad day. Like they know they could call me. So I would say I'm fun, easy spirited, good person.
Okay. All right. Well, did you what you just said? Did you speak on your greatest quality, or did you leave that? Is that your whole card?
Ah, that's my greatest quality.
Yeah. You need to hear yourself say it.
Mm, what is my greatest quality? I guess I look at the world like a glass half full, not half empty. I guess that would be my greatest quality. Oh no.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, look, we had this time has flown by. We're on a Friday
Mhm.
night. Um, everybody has. I'm assuming everybody has an eventual day tomorrow, and they want to
Mhm.
chill out tonight. So, what we're going to do? Let me do a little bit of house cleaning. Basically, what I'm saying to everyone who's going to view this, who's viewing it right now, go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast, subscribe to it. Just come on, just be a subscriber for us. Like the videos, because I guarantee this is one thing I can guarantee about anything. I'm having fun doing this with my brothers and wonderful guests like Cherie. I love this, so this is why I'm doing it. But the one thing I can guarantee is somebody on each episode is going to say something that's going to touch and resonate to other people out there who need to hear it.
Mhm.
This episode is for Cherie,
Mhm.
but at the same time, Cherie, hopefully, we're giving her something that she needs through
Mhm.
conversation. Because that's what we're doing. We're trying to bring back conversation. We have conversation for everyday people. Because everyday people makes this world go around, has always made this world go around. Even though we worship the elite, even though we worship the celebrities, really and truly, they don't make this world go around. We listen to their opinions
Mhm.
because they entertain us. It's what they do. They don't do anything else other than that. And you follow them. Now, this is my petty part. You follow them, motherfuckers. You need to follow us. No, I'm just fucking around. But My point
No, that's
is,
real. That's real though, because y'all have me thinking like, what type of men I met in my whole
but but
what type of
but
men did I run into? Jesus.
hopefully we gave you something. We gave you a little, planted some seeds for you. That's that's
Mhm.
that's the key. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
Because I respect my brothers. I respect their opinions.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I really do. So, and I know that I have my opinions have always been a thoughtful one. Whether I'm right or wrong, it's always been thought.
Mhm.
You know, because we need that sometimes. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna let you get the last word. No, yeah, we're gonna let you get the last words. But my brother Damon always had to speak on a strong segment. So,
Okay.
Jaquari, any last words before we go to Damon and Sheree?
Just uh, I thank you for your time, Sharif, and your engagement. I appreciate it. Very good, very good, thoughtful perspective. Uh, on a side note, you see how well I wear this hat, and expecting you to use this hat because you kind of baseball game. I don't know if you were a fan. I'm just saying. And to White Scott and my sister-in-law, I mean, I kind of had you thought I kind of had a Kevin Samuels moment earlier, a little while back, but I didn't. Uh, I respect what you know. I was asked the question from a humanistic point of view because it's the same thing, it's the same expectations I put on women in relationships, I put on men in relationships. It's
Mhm.
work.
Yeah,
It's work.
Mhm.
But I
I
thank you for
got
your
that from
time,
I got that from you,
and I
bro.
hope to see you again.
I did too. I did too. But it was just funny because they they put it in the quotes. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, look, I'm gonna let Jaquari,
It was like, what the
address
fuck?
this. What the fuck? You know what I mean? All right, Cherie, any
Yeah.
last words? And thank you again, for real.
uh, I just want to thank everybody in the comments. Thank you for your perspective on things and trying to keep hope alive for me. I want to thank
Oh, it's
y'all
coming.
too.
It's coming.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all got me really like, who have I been running into? Are these men? Ugh. But it
Well,
is what it is.
you spoke on that in your comments when you say this is how these cats are. I mean, that's your experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but look, don't close yourself off because you kind of you got a small window in life.
Mm. Yeah, I
You know what
She
I'm
do.
saying?
she
And you
always she
and
also spoke on that too. She said I called her bouquet.
so here's the thing. That's
I
real.
did.
That
I
is real.
did. Last
And
Saturday.
you're gonna run into that person, right? But
Hmm.
I want you to run into that person pointing at you. Run
Right.
into that person
Right.
because it's gonna open up your world to everything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But my last words is thank you because your pop said that you was going to be great and you were.
Mhm.
It's real. That's real.
Mhm.
But anything in closing, Cherie? Because I got to give it to you because, like I said, you did a great job.
No, thank y'all so much. Y'all did a good job. This was a wonderful experience for me. I'm glad you opened my eyes up to different perspectives and different views of men and black men. Y'all still good and y'all still out there. Y'all still, you know. I was thinking I might have to change the dating pool to a different race. Uh,
Oh my God, man.
Ooh,
ugh,
ooh,
ugh, ugh.
ooh. It's a good thing you ain't say that during the episode. We would have
Oh
had a
my God.
problem. No,
I
I'm
would
just joking.
never in
I'm
my
just joking.
life date outside my race. I wouldn't. I mean, is this going on air or something? I don't want people to think, but I wouldn't date
Well,
outside
hey, you
my race.
find
No, no,
love where you
we
find
know
love.
you joking. We know you joking.
You find love where you find love.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's true too. That's true too.
Right.
All right, well
Hopefully
look,
they brown like me though.
we're gonna take it over to Damon. Damon has his tradition of having the last word, and no pressure on my brother. But the last two times he's knocked it out of the park.
Oh, I'm real comfortable with this one, bro. I'm gonna be
Is
honest
that
with you.
right? All right, let's make it happen, then, my guy.
Here's the thing, man. I had this whole other thing I was gonna get off into because I was, dealing with my feelings, man, and when I think about the world, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I was gonna go into this real thing that I thought it was deep or whatever, but Sherri, I want you to understand. I heard everything you said. I heard everything you said, and you were very revealing about some things, but I don't think you recognize how revealing you were. And what I mean by that is that you describe yourself with labels. Excuse me. She described herself. She cut me off. She was like, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Motherfucker, I'm done. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's my point, man. And I hope that she go back and look at what I'm about to say, man. And this is what I'm about to say. She described herself with labels. And she take on those labels. And that's not really who you are. You don't take on labels as an individual person. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody can describe you better than yourself. And as you take on labels, you putting yourself in a category. She said she's a feminist. But at the same time, she's saying, I want a relationship. I'm looking for a husband. I'm looking for a good man. She spoke on her experiences. She spoke on her experiences. And her experiences might not be how she wanted to be in her life, but that's her experiences. That's her experience, and that should allow her to not settle and have expectations. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell you what your expectations are. Nobody can tell you that. Only you and what it is that you want. You were in a relationship with a cat for 4 years for a reason, because you felt that you deserved something. I don't know what it is, and that's none of my business. But I will say this. Do not describe yourself as somebody describes you in your relationship and make you feel or paint you in that category, because that's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? You express to us all night long that you're looking for love. You're looking for relationships. Then continue to be that, and it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you, and it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But, you said, well, I'm questioning the choices that I made. Yeah, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not on anybody else's record, but your own, because nobody knows those relationships you had. You know what I'm saying? And I, for one, am not being judgmental about it. I'm just saying, whatever your experience is, whatever made you happy, whatever made you feel loved, whatever made you feel wanted, whatever made you feel needed, you spoke on it and you gave us some idea about what that was. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to make a choice within yourself and trust your judgment. Not out of animus, not out of anger, not out of resentment, but what it is that you feel that you deserve as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You are that. You are on the right path. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot allow yourself to be painted into a corner. You cannot allow yourself. First of all, you cannot label yourself, because you are unique. God's biggest, and I say this all the time, God's biggest miracle is not was in the Bible, whatever. The biggest miracle is this 8 billion people on this planet, and there's nobody like you. There's nobody like you. And nobody can tell you who you are. Only you can understand that through your own experiences. Only you understand that. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to the point where you recognize and realize that about you, then you are in a position where you can contribute a lot to this world, man. Which is what your purpose is. Yeah. But it's not outside of you. And it's not, and you're not going to fight it through animus. You're going to fight it through, man, I know better now. You know what I'm saying? I know better now. And the last point, if somebody make you feel like you're not worthy, it's not you that's wrong. It's them because they are not on your level.
Mm.
They are not on your level. And that's not for you to point a finger and say, man, you ain't no man. But hell, you're a woman. How do you know what a man is?
Yeah,
You don't.
don't do that.
You don't. But you know what it is to be a woman and what you expect. And that is yours. Nobody else's.
It
You
is,
feel
it
me?
is not. It is not a.
That's yours. And that's
not a
unique.
competition.
And that makes you special. You deserve what you feel you deserve. Not out of animus, but because you are a human being trying to make your way in this world. And that's it. And nobody can speak on that but you. And that requires you to be honest. Be honest without painting yourself in a corner or putting labels on somebody's expectation of you. Just be who you are and be like, man, this is who I am. You either gonna like it or you not. And I'm okay with that. But you know what? I don't wish you any harm. You just can't be in my life.
So, hey, great fucking job again, dog. Hey, Sheree, let me just add on to this because that was great what you just said. And we're gonna let you know a little later because you missed a big crucial. So stay on, and he's gonna fill you in what he said when you was gone. But one thing that I would say, and I know Damon agrees with this, it is not a competition because you are enlightened and you have this expectation and you have this. Don't compete when a brother don't meet your expectation. Don't do that. All you got to do is walk away. You feel me? Or choose to stay. But it's within your power. You know what I mean?
I like you, man. You're a good woman. You're a good black woman.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, thank
You, hey,
you.
look at,
I
look,
tried.
Will,
Thank you.
your stepfather is our brother and you our niece, man. So it is what it is.
Oh.
And hey, stay on, Cherie, stay on because we're going to end this broadcast. It has been another
Okay.
great show for me, and I'm sure my brothers can agree with me. You are a great guest, Cherie. Fantastic guest. Because what you did, you was honest about. Even though you have an old soul, you still was honest about your youth, and I love that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Mhm. Mhm.
listen, housekeeping again. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to us. Cause we got it for everybody. It's about conversations. It's about conversation with everyday people. Because everyday people make this world go around, period. Jaquari, Damon, well, Jaquari, any last words?
I said, hey,
Yeah,
I said step brother. I meant
I
to
didn't
say
want to.
step dad.
What you say, Jaquari?
I've been wanting to say it all night. I've been wanting to say it all night because I think it needs to be heard, man. Ooh.
Hey, Flu, last
Whatever.
word. I wish I could sing. Both my brothers can sing. I can't sing a lick. But go
My
ahead, Flu.
last word,
I
man,
just sell.
is
Mhm.
I just sell the shit out of it, bro.
my last word is this, man. This world we live in, man. Right now, I'm talking about as African American. I hate to use that as black people in this country, man. We got a lot of stuff coming at us, man, and it's crazy, man. How we don't make a connection, whereas
Mm.
we, you know, can continue to thrive and survive in this world. You know what I'm saying? There are little things, man, that happen in our life, man, that makes a difference, man. That makes us persevere. You know what I'm saying? We have this tendency to think about, man, the only way you can be successful as a black man in this country is to have money and cars. No, man, you need to have somebody that's able to look at you and say, man, you matter.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You matter. And have that confidence to understand that money, cars, and material stuff is gonna come and go. But
Float,
as long as you understand
float,
that you matter in this world, man, you're gonna
float,
be all right.
float. I said last word, not last words.
Hold on, man, I ain't hear you, man, cause my shit is going off. What you say?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said last word, not last words.
Oh, so I could have said, so I should have said, yeah.
Look,
What
look.
he said.
Yes, sir. Sheree, any
All right,
last
my
words?
bad. My bad.
Mr. Eloquence over here. Any last words, Sheree?
No, no last words.
All right. Thank you again. Hey,
Thank
listen,
y'all.
Should we
everybody.
even make?
This is the Strong Perspective Podcast. We're out of here. Thank you again. Love y'all.
Hey, hey,
Thank, thank
should
you.
we even make it? Should we even